Hi, how good day. Today's another topic of how to control the program. It is structure part two. So today's we are going to explain to you several things. One is the switch selection statement, then a cycle operator, increment, decrement. After that, we need to talk about structure. Counter control, essential control, and especially our later we talk about break and continue inside this control. So what the switch is, it's another kind of uh, um, conditional structure. It's very similar to FLs. Uh, it's they will be use several keyword switch, and then case and default break. Those are so basically you can write the variable should be multiple value. For example, variable is a, then it's for example switch a. The a is the the case is one, case is two, case is three, and then default. So each of them, after done, you have to take a break. Otherwise, if you didn't take a break, they will be keep continuing. There's case two and the case value two and three is they will be printed out one then after. So let's say the example. If you know the if statement, then you can able to compare the switch statement. This is a equal result. Let's say we know the if, so let's say compare to switch. If is equal to 1, then print out x is 1. Else, if is x 2, then print out x is 2. Otherwise, values unknown. Then this case, we can do it with switch. Switch is x, then 1, case, count 1, break, then case 2, count x is 2, break, default, count value of x unknown. So it's exactly same. So we can understand if you compare it to if else. So it's another kind of grammar, such kind of condition if you want to present in your programming skills. So if you want to explain by the diagram, so that's just like that. So start from um, case A, then it's true, then case A condition, then keep continue the break, then go out to end of this. Otherwise, so you have to each of the case of statement you have to follow and break. Otherwise, then they will be continue to case two, keep otherwise, then they will be, each of the case will be going through the very similar case, and then continue, append with the break, then continue. It's the default is finally, if none of them is belong to, they will, default ones will be executed. Then finally, they will be end of this information flow, control flow. Another assignment, as I think we a little bit mentioned in the previous, but again, there is additional, there is an assignment operators can be write it in abbreviation way. For example, C+3, you can type it C plus equal to 3. That's exactly same result. Then another assignment operator, D minus 4, then assigned to D, E multiply 5 assigned to E. It is a similar equal equal representation in the programming. If divide 3, so if divide 3 assigned to 3, G in mode the 9, then assigned to G, it's exactly the same. Then also we have a post increment and increment, auto increment, increment and decrement using the double increment double plus. It's each time they increment one value. It's double minus, it's a decrement. We will be very frequently store in the programming each time. So we also put this assignment symbol plus and the minus, put this in the before then value and after then value. It's being called per increment and the post increment. So what's a per increment and post increment is actually per increment, they just did before then assign, they have to accomplish this operation per increment 1. If you say the example, that's exactly same as per increment. I mean, C++, they will be print out 6 because it's a per increment, but C++, they will be print out 5 just because this is a post increment. So that's the example. Give the 5 in the 14th line, assign the initial value 5. After then you will be print out the file. Then if you C++, the post increment, so you still will be print out the file. Then after then print out again C, at that time you will be print out 6. So that's the reason this is post increment. And if we demonstrate per increment, so assign 5 first, then first is you will be print out, of course, the 5. After then you trying to per increment operation, it's plus plus C. They will be print out the not 5 and the 6. So it's, you can compare to 22 to whereas 16 it is represent playing the k presentation in this code. So it is that's an example of the per increment and the post increment. Now we have going to introduce loop operation, iteration structure. There is a many kind of iteration structures, while, do while, and for. So they cover several things. They name of the control variable loop in initial condition, final value, increment, decrement. Those are they will be used in the for loop control. So that's the grammar. You will be given initial value, initialization. After then loop condition test. Then after then increment. This is 3 different steps. So you need to keep your mind. That's first, for example, this is they at the initialization just do it 1 time. For example, init count 1. They will be run first time, but never run again. So this is a second. There is testing condition. They will be run each time before they enter the for loop. They will be tested. This is a post increment. Each time there will be 1 step they go through. So this is a example. If you say that this example from start from the 0, then if you I is smaller than 10, they will be print out counting from 0 to 9. And then there is another example. Let's start from the it's initialization possible to multiple value. In here we represent G and I. You can assign the same time, assign the value same time. So it's G and I's two value. At the first, it's give the values 0. Then the condition is G and I plus smaller and equal to 10. Then keep testing. Then post increment also the G and the I's keep increment. So that's kind of example. In this example, they going to try to print out. It's start from the number 2. Then each time just increment one value. What would be after then? After then you will be reach of 100. What would be the result? So it means you will be keep adding the each result, keep loop to add, then finally they will be print out the result. It would be 205 2550. You can try yourself in your own. So it is another kind of abstraction explanation with the diagram. So it's a start from initialization and then give the initial value. After then, if the condition is permit, it condition is satisfied, then you keep looping as long as the condition is satisfied. And here is smaller than 10, they will be keep going, incrementing. Then when you equal to 10, they will be end of the terminate the process of the condition. Then this is another kind of condition statement, while. That's a grammar's while. While doing is very similar. The testers, they just only has one condition. I mean, in here's they keep just only one condition satisfied. They will be, but this is a counter will be keep counting inside this loop. So before the end of the end of the statement, you needed to maintain the counter. So this is very important increment, the counter increment. So it is very exactly same logic with previous one, but we will be implement this while statement. So it is exactly same result, just like that. So here's one example that, so usually if you do something bad, then teacher going to punish you, let you write down 100 time 100 line of the statement in the desk. It is a very painful process. So it is kind of it's a terrible punishment. But if you're using the computer, you will be, it's definitely it's a quick process. They will be 500 time repeat. It is too easy. In the 1 millisecond they will be completed. So it's kind of give you a some kind of comparison. What is computer doing such kind of operation completion too quick. And then you can compare. You can definitely replace the between for and loop. So you can compare the similarity here. start from the I, so exactly the I is equal to 0, then here is also 0. Then if the condition is satisfied, they will be keep going to continue the statement. And here's a condition you can maintain, that here's a condition, put it in the place. But so it's exactly same things with the using the loop statement. Keep your mind. And then so and then there is another kind of a little bit different to while statement. It's being called do while. There is a, you can compare to do while with do while, because there's the condition is come to after that the processing. So it means your logic is just they will be run first, then they will be after, then they will be continue to they will be beginning to test the condition. So it's a only difference with while. Whereas while they have to be test first, then go through the statement, but go through the statement or task. But now do while just do it the first, then come to test the condition satisfied or not. So that's the only difference. So for example, here's the example do while. So I is 100, then they what the task is, they try to print out hello if you satisfy the condition is smaller than 10. But unfortunately the I is not smaller than 10, but it is bigger than 10, but greater than 10. But the task is they will be at last run one after they will be they will be tested. So that's the reason they will be print out first task, then come to test days that doesn't satisfy, then they will be terminate the process. Okay, so so far we explained the three different kind of loop. One is a for, another is a while, and the last one is the while. We also compare the difference. We also compare the similarity here. So you can replace exactly. You can switch. You can replace the same thing with the for, do the same thing with the do while and the for. But we also compare the different different part of the different part of the condition and initial and the counterpart. So this day has a three different part. Actually, they put things in different way. So we use the different color to represent it: yellow, red, and green. Then also we also introduced do while. We also compared with do while, and but here's a another kind of keyword. It's being called break and continue. This is very frequently used while using the this iteration process. So what can do with break and break and continue? And the break will be used at all all of there's the statement control, while, for, do while, and switch all the time used to break, and then continue also used to sometimes in the some infinite loop in order to control the condition of the terminate. So let's see an example. For example, here's a one iteration from 1 to from 1 to 10, include to 10, so smaller than 10 and equal to 10. So after that, they in the 18th line, they trying to check this. If is equal to 5, they going to execute the break statement. What we are doing break statement is they will be trying to terminate, not in the before then satisfy the termination condition is smaller equal to 10, but its breakers they will be going to terminate the loop. So it means they just print out from 1 to 4, never will be print out to 5. So that's the result. It is here in the break. So let's say the result is 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the break. Then we also will be use continue sometimes. Why we use continue? Because continue can be escaped one step. For example, now you beginning to print out the 5, but if you use the continue, they will be ignore the fifth step, then going to next sixth step, then keep continue. And then another is they will be using another using is they will be keep looping in the next step. So that's example. For example, in the iteration from the line 12, they start from 1 to 10. Small 1 to 10. It small equal. So if equal and smaller than 10, they will be keep continue. But here's the if you equal in the fifth line, if x is equal to 5, there is continue. It means they just ignore the fifth line. So what will be happen is they will be skip this one step. So what's the result is 1, 2, 3, 4, but they without 5. So they will be skip the one step here because they use the continue statement in the loop. So they just skip the one loop. But breakers, they will be terminate whole iteration. Then another useful case that sometimes we will be use infinite loop. For example, here's while true, it means you never terminate, but only difference is if flag is not true, right? So the flag is true, now is not true is true. How we can do that? So you can control in outside this flag, then as long as the not true, then they will be going to break. And as it's another is for, this is also another kind of infinite loop. This if you didn't write any statement in the for, it's definitely infinite loop. So it is here's a flag is true, now is false, so didn't break. But if it's true, then you will be continuing outside with the and then parallel process. For example, you running this program, but another program, there's multi-thread, they can change this flag to false, then you can able to terminate this loop. So let's summarize the structure programming right now. So we have a sequential and also selection. We will be running program sequentially logic, but we also have a selection logic, like we can control the logic. For example, if else switch is belong to selection program structure. and then we also have a repetition while as like while, do while, and for. And um, so far we learned those if else switch, while and do while, and for. We know that for and while can be switchable each other. Then also switch and if else also can be switchable each other. Then also a little bit difference between the while and do while. You keep your mind. One is uh, just run it one task first, then test it, and whilst first test it, then going to execute the task. So that's the difference. Okay, that's end of the our lesson. If you have any question, ask me.